Hi, I'm Jan Castner, and this is another edition of House News. And today I'm with Nate McWillams of Fairway Mortgage Company, one of the premier mortgage companies in the country. Nate's a local guy, works throughout the greater Harrisburg area here. And Nate, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me, Jan. Appreciate it.
We've worked together before, but Nate agreed to come on here and answer some questions that people have. Nate, when I'm working with folks to buy homes, one of the number one things I recommend they do is to take it step at a time before we get out looking at homes. As a mortgage person, what's the number one thing you ask them to do?
Jan, that's a great point. Taking things one step at a time. Planning is key, and you want to plan in advance. We don't want you showing up on a Friday and trying to get a home on a Saturday. We want to plan ahead, months if we can. And the first step of planning is taking a look at their credit, getting to know what your credit score is, taking a look at your credit report, making sure that thing is clean, there's nothing on there that doesn't belong to you. The easiest way to start keeping track of your credit score and monitoring your credit is to reach out to the online options that you have. www.annualcreditreport.com. That's where you want to go first. That allows you to get your credit report. You can get a free credit report from each bureau once a year. So if you spread them out, you can get them about every 4 months and then monitor what's showing up on your credit report. What you're not going to see on those credit reports is your credit score, which is also key in the mortgage process. So to really keep an eye and monitor your specific credit score, there's a couple ways to do that. CreditKarma.com, most people are familiar with that. That's a great app to put on your phone and is getting more and more accurate when it comes to looking at what your mortgage score is going to be versus your regular personal FICO score. Another one is Experian.com, and there's probably others out there that are going to help you monitor it. Maybe your credit card sends you something in the mail as well with your credit score on it.
So the Credit Karma and Experian give you your score.
Correct.
But the annualcreditreport.com, which you say you can do twice a year?
You can do that. You can get one from each bureau, and there's 3 bureaus. So you can do it 3 times a year.
So you can do it 3 times a year, annualcreditreport.com, and that shows you what your credit actually is. So you look over that list as to what people say you owe them, and you say, hey, I don't have a credit card. I don't have an XYZ credit card. Then you can challenge it and clean up your credit before you go out and look for a home.
Exactly. It's going to list all your debt on there. So if you've got a car loan or a couple car loans, they're both going to be on there. All of your credit cards are going to be on there. And then if you have any personal loans or student loans, or maybe you already have a mortgage, those things will all show on that credit report. And what you want to look for is something that is not yours. If you've got a JC Morgan Chase card on there that you don't have one of those, you're going to want to reach out to that bureau and say, hey, what is this? This is not my card. And those are things that you want to clean up before you start talking to the lender, because when a lender pulls your credit, anything that shows up on that credit report is going to count as your debt.
Yeah, and that's important. You don't want to get all excited. You see a home, you like it, you make an offer, it's accepted. The next thing you know, you've got another month just cleaning up your credit.
Correct. And that's where the planning comes in, and why we want to see or want to get you to be looking at your credit report in advance so that we can be working on these things before you go out, find that perfect home, and then realize you've got a month or 2 worth of work to do to clean up your credit. Because it can take months. Credit bureaus only report every month, so you might fix something the beginning of the month, but it may not show up. That whatever you've paid off or fixed may not show up until the following month. So that's why planning ahead is so key.
Good advice.
Thanks.